Hello, nice to meet you. My name is Yeunshim Kang, a Deputy Director at the Ministry of Interior and Safety, Republic of Korea. I am in charge of establishing and operating distribution systems for issuing mobile certificates. Due to the coronavirus 19, the world is facing many difficulties such as economic recession and quarantine. I'd like to cheer up those who participated in this course.
I'd like to introduce mobile e-certificates, which is one of Korea's digital government services. Instead of paper documents that take a lot of time and budget, paperless is gradually progressing in some fields of public and private sectors. I would like to introduce a mobile e-certificate based on electronic documents aiming at realizing a digital government suitable for the era of the Fourth Industrial Revolution. The objectives of the lecture is to solve the inconvenience of receiving and submitting paper documents such as various certificates and confirmations from administrative agencies, and to innovate public services and provide convenient life to the public through document-free civil complaint with these certificates. First, I'm going to go over the service introduction and then move on to the basic technologies of the system, how to use e-certificates, and finally to examples of e-certificate use. For service introduction, I will explain the service background, vision and goal, so you can have a better understanding of the e-certificate service. So, this is the background. When we need to do some banking errands or get a copy of certificate in our daily lives, who had to visit government offices to get the paper certificate or print out a copy from the government service portal online, and then visit banks or government offices again to submit the certificate in paper form. To reduce such inconvenience, we decided to provide a new paradigm of the e-certificate system as a national standard platform for document distribution, so that we can get mobile e-certificates, no matter where we are or what time it is, and submit the documents right away using our smartphone. We will build an e-certificate issuance and distribution system, which is going to be the national standard platform for document distribution, so we can find solutions to various issues like the inconvenience, social cost, and lack of e-certificate distribution channels, and finally complete the whole service procedures from request to submission without requiring paper documents. This is our vision and goal that we want to achieve through e-certificates. Our project for building the e-certificate issuance and distribution system has been gradually scaled up based on the three-stage roadmap. In 2019, we built the system foundation and started issuing 13 types of e-certificates that are most frequently used. In 2020, we started issuing 100 types of e-certificates and worked on strengthening the foundation for document distribution. In 2021, our goal is to establish a complete, paperless online service, and we are working to increase the number to 300 types of e-certificates, and also increase the number of user institutions. In order to select 300 types of e-certificates that are in high demand and closely related to the lives of citizens, we conducted a citizen survey. We found out which documents are required for 5,800 types of services for citizens, and found out which certificates financial institutions need from private institutions. Based on these surveys, we selected the certificates to be issued online. E-certificates are documents like proofs, confirmations, or licenses that are issued in form of electronic files by administrative agencies or public institutions. When you request for a certificate on a government service, portal, or app, the e-certificate issuance and distribution system delivers the request to the system of the relevant institution that issues the particular certificate. When the certificate is issued, it is delivered to your e-document wallet. Once the e-certificate is issued, you can view it from the e-document wallet, and when necessary, You can also submit the certificate to banks, insurance companies, or other government offices. Then, financial institutions and government offices will view or download the submitted e-certificates to handle their business. The e-document wallet provides a safe environment for document exchange, where you can get your e-certificates issued and also have them submitted. The mobile certificates on the non-contact and non-visit-based service platform will become an essential part of the public service in the era of COVID-19. Instead of all those certificates that we often needed in everyday life and that we used to get from service desks or print out in paper from online, we can now use these certificates conveniently and safely, anytime and anywhere. And now, I'm going to briefly introduce the basic technologies that are applied in mobile e-certificates. The e-certificate issuance and distribution system applies security measures throughout the whole process of distribution, from users requesting for certificates to be issued to institutions receiving the certificates. Not only document encryption management, but we also used a number of latest security technologies to build the platform, such as the communication network encryption and blockchain storage for preventing e-certificate tampering. As I have mentioned earlier, our e-certificates support a number of strong security platforms for document distribution. For example, we use double encryption during data transmission and management, and the timestamping authority for document authenticity check. This makes it more convenient and safer for anyone to use e-certificates in the system. Also, for user institutions who need to print out and store e-certificates, we inserted barcodes in the printed copies so they can verify whether they are original or tampered. To encourage more institutions to use e-certificates, we provide display URL for private organizations who have development issues, so they can save time and cost and use e-certificates without having to develop them by themselves. To ensure the optimal performance and service stability, the e-certificate issuance and distribution system offers a variety of services for supporting smooth and stable system operation and policy decisions. System monitoring, stats on certificate issuance and submission, and system environment information management are some examples. In this section, I'm going to briefly go over how to use e-certificates. First, we have the screenshots showing how to get an e-document wallet, through which you can have your e-certificates issued, view and submit them. You request for your e-document wallet by agreeing to privacy policies and terms and conditions and filling in the information. And then you will get the e-document wallet address of your own. Next, we have the screenshots showing how to get e-certificates issued. You can log onto the government service portal, choose the certificate that you need, select e-document wallet as the reception means, and then the e-certificate is issued to your e-document. You can open My Certificate in your e-document wallet, select the certificate you want to view, check the certificate or submit it to other institution. The e-certificates, once issued, are stored and managed not in your smartphone, but in a server. This way, we can prevent the certificates from being leaked. Once a certificate is submitted to a public or administrative institution, it needs to be checked. This screenshot shows how a public official, who handles citizen service, logs onto the business system and checks the e-certificate. The official verifies the certificate by the view number and the name of the submitter, and then prints it out or sends and stores it in the business system. If the e-certificate has a stamp that says original in the upper left corner, It means that this document is not altered. For easier and faster service, the e-certificate system also offers a package service so users can have many certificates issued or submit them all at once, as some service areas often require many certificates. Next, I'm going to introduce some of the examples of how e-certificates are used. The first case goes back to March 2020 when the COVID-19 hit the country. We had a shortage of face masks, and the government had to limit the number of public masks that each citizen can purchase. Here, we used certificates, specifically the resident registration certificates, to check if a citizen is eligible to purchase public masks for other family members. At this time, the number of certificates issued increased about 5 times from the previous month. The second case is how we reduced inconvenience of passengers by using these certificates for ID check when boarding domestic flights. Every year, more than 10,000 people are denied boarding because they don't have valid ID cards. We worked with the Ministry of Land, Infrastructure and Transport to improve the system, and now we allowed citizens who forgot to bring their ID cards to have their photo included. Driving history certificate issued on their smartphone, right at the airport for ID check. The next one is that we can have e-certificates issued and submit them right away for financial transactions, such as credit loan or youth loan applications and bank account opening. This not only increases user convenience, but also helps financial institutions work more efficiently and save cost of issuing paper documents. 87 financial institutions are using e-certificates to do their business as of June 2021. These screenshots show pages of e-certificate issuance request on a particular bank's mobile banking app. The certificates that had been issued only in public institutions can now be requested and submitted on private organizations' apps. This is the page showing how bank processes submitted certificates in their business system. The bank employee can view received e-certificates and use them to do his work. Another example is that we use e-certificates in mobile communication services, like when we first subscribe to a phone or get rate discounts. 2 out of 3 telecom companies in Korea started using e-certificates in their service from January this year, and the remaining one is also working to launch the service within the 3rd quarter this year. So, that was it for the mobile e-certificate service. I guess you have joined the program because you are highly interested in the mobile e-certificates being one of Korea's digital services for citizens. I hope each and every one of you will also see a lot of progress in your own countries in terms of reforming public services and making them more convenient for citizens. Thank you.